If you're in that season where you're like, I want to be confident, creating a new version of myself, finding friendship, navigating through friendship, and just being consistent with your life as a whole, if that's you, then just relax, enjoy the vibe, because this conversation is definitely going to be for you. And I can't wait for you guys to hear what I have to say and the tips I have to give, because yeah, it's that time we sit down and we just uncover, chat it up, and get to know one another.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Goodine. First of all, if you haven't already watched my 9-year vlog, like, what are you doing in this video? Go back and watch that video and come right back. Thank you. So this video is definitely going to be a get ready with me. I'm going to be doing my makeup while I'm talking to you guys about so many topics. If you haven't already read the title, it's basically going to be about confidence, creating new versions of yourself, navigating through friendships, and just being consistent. It could be consistent through social media, consistent through the for the gym. Like, it really doesn't matter, just being consistent. So just want to make a disclaimer before y'all start coming for me for these comments. Whatever I'm gonna say is not a one size fit all. This is just tips and my own opinion. So, you know, kind of take it and just figure out how you're going to use it in your life. And also leave some tips down below, because in this channel, we're here to grow. And we're not here to judge nobody. So let's just leave it like that. Makeup, I'm going to do like a soft beat. If you want to see more in depth of my makeup, just go to my YouTube channel, because I already have like a tutorial up already. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into this conversation. Okay, first things first, before we even talk about anything, I need you to repeat after me. All my ladies in the room, all my men too, if you want to listen to this conversation. You are worthy and you are enough. I didn't hear you. Make sure you repeat after me. I am worthy and I am enough. I am worthy and I am enough. I am worthy and I am enough. How to be confident. Look, I can't even do, it's actually really hard to do your makeup and also talk at the same time. I didn't know how hard this is going to be, but we're going to really try. Give me the grace, please. How to be confident. Let's just get right into it, y'all. The real secret to confidence is doing things that make you happy. Like, I cannot stress this enough. For me personally, the more time that I spent in prioritizing my happiness over somebody else and doing what makes me happy boosted up my confidence. It really just allowed me to trust myself more. Like, whatever it is that makes you happy, whether it's going to museums, getting cute, dressing up, like anything that really gives a small 10%, 1% of happiness in your life, do it. Because that builds your confidence. Another thing I want to say is, like, think positive about yourself. I forgot the verse that it says in the Bible, and when I do figure that out, I'm going to put it on the screen. But life and death is in the power of your tongue. First of all, let's just get that straight, which means everything that you say from your mouth will really come into reality. So be careful with what you say. I remember this sermon that I was watching, and it was like, if your reality is based on the things that you say out your mouth, what would you say to yourself? What would you say on a daily? It's like, kind of think of it like that. What you say to yourself, how you speak to yourself, like, really matters. I cannot stress this enough. If you keep telling yourself, oh, I don't even want to say it, but I'm gonna just say it for the sake of the video. I'm just gonna say it for the sake of the video. But if you tell yourself, like, oh, I'm really dumb, or like, or like some people be saying, I can't even say that out loud because my body isn't conditioned. But when someone would be like, oh, like just something bad about yourself, that's still really be coming out in flesh. So be mindful, speak positive about yourself. Like, I am that girl, this is my world and y'all just living in it. Like, really just speak highly of yourself, and that's just, and your whole like environment is really just going to adapt to what you're saying. Another thing that builds your confidence that I'm noticing is setting a goal for yourself and doing this. Something about relying and trusting on yourself and just like getting work done. Like, I be feeling like, for me, when I have a to-do list or like just anything I'm setting my mind to do, like if I tell myself this whole month I'm gonna be going to the gym nonstop, and I'm actually trying and doing my best, and I'm doing it, and I did it, I'm gonna be like, yeah girl, like you really ate that up. Like, it really builds your confidence when you set a goal for yourself and you eat it up. Even if you don't get to the goal or just accomplish the goal, it's okay. But the fact that you tried, you have to give yourself a pat in the back, because people don't be trying for it. Look at me rapping and not even trying to finish up my makeup, and I have to hurry up and get ready because your girl's going out tonight. My confidence was built through Christ. The more and more I started reading my Bible, the more and more I started believing who God said I am. And that is self-built confidence, because if my Father says that I am blessed, who is going to say otherwise? God gives you the spirit of boldness and confidence. The more and more you read your word, the more and more like little things just don't faze you anymore. Like, no one can talk down on you because you know your worth. You know who God says that you are, and you stand on it. And anything contrary to that is just lies. How can you create a new version of yourself? I feel like I was in that season, or I think I'm still in that season of kind of like creating a new version of myself. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's hard to, it's hard in a sense where you used to do a certain thing, but you just no longer have the appetite for it. And now you're just interested in new things, new people, new environment, new fun. I don't know, like the more I be in my word, the more I feel like God really just be changing my appetite. My type of fun is a little different now. And I will say the one thing that really helped me in this process of just not enjoying the old things that I used to enjoy and just trying to find a new enjoyment for myself, if that makes sense, is writing a list of everything that you want out of life. Write a list of who you want to be. Write a list of the type of environment you like. Literally be intentional with yourself and writing a list of everything that you like, everything that you want to be. Anything that is presented to you that is not in alignment with what you wrote down for yourself, say no to it. Because the more and more that you keep feeding the old self, the tougher the skin, your old skin becomes. For me, I find more joy in like women empowerment, like seminars and networking events, like that's me. So I will start going to those events, and slowly but surely it will start aligning. And talking to God about it. I talk to God about everything. Look at me talking and not doing makeup. I'm gonna say a perfect analogy. You know how like you're interested in a guy? Like, you know how like you have a list, like women tend to write a list of their ideal dream man, right? Like people would be like, oh, I want my man to be dark skinned, tall, or if you have a list of like values, you wanted your man to love God and all this other stuff. If a man that comes to you, that approaches you and don't love God, and that's one of your lists, one of the things in your list, and they don't love God, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you going to like are you gonna be like, oh, it's just one thing? Or are you just gonna be like, nope, I don't want it? Because for me, I don't really have a list. I have a list in my mind, and any guy that is not who I want, or who's like who I didn't write down, I don't want. And so I feel like that's something you can start doing to start creating a new version of yourself. Whatever you sow, you will reap. Literally. Whatever you sow, you will reap. So, yeah. In the process of it, I also want to say, creating a new version of yourself, give yourself grace. Like, you're still learning yourself. You're still trying to figure things out. Okay, let's talk about consistency. Because I'm in a season where I've really been in my bag being consistent. And I just want to use this moment to thank God for consistency. Being consistent is not easy. I remember I was watching a sermon with a friend of mine, and it was talking about like Stephanie Ike. She talks about that when you continue to be consistent in something, when you are trying to be consistent in something, you're actually activating the spirit of consistency. Something like that. But I will put down the sermon that I was talking about in the description down below. And I always felt that way. Like, the more and more you're consistent, like, it's like the more you start being more consistent in a whole lot of things. That's the thing about consistency. When you start being consistent in the gym, for instance, you're going to start being consistent in something else, and consistency is going to start spreading everywhere in your life. That's just how it is. Like, find something, whether it's the littlest thing, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, 10 a.m. every day, or going to the gym every week, or whatever your definition of consistency is. And that's the thing. My consistency and your consistency could be totally different things. My consistency could be every day go to the gym. Your consistency could be like every week, once a week. And that's fine. That's still being consistent. So I would just say, find something in your life that you want to be consistent about and do it. Just test yourself for 6 months. Just see the type of person you're going to be if you're consistently going to the gym every time. Or if you're consistently posting on Instagram. Like, for people that want to tap into brand partnerships and all that type of stuff, like, be consistent. Certain brands are looking at you, you don't even know, and you want them to trust that you're always going to be posting. You feel me? Like, be consistent in all that you do. And plan. Like, plan as much as you can, because that really helps with consistency. Start small and build your way up. That builds consistency. So let's talk about navigating friendships. That what I do is make sure you pray about the spirit of discernment. And that's basically, you know, just being more aware with your surroundings and the people that come in and out your life. As much as you're going to be intentional, or you're already intentional with everything in your life related to the type of woman you want to be in, you know, and building confidence and all that stuff, you should be as intentional with your friends. Because the people around you matter. The people around you can either decrease or increase your life naturally. Like, the people that are with you 24/7, they are going to influence you whether you like it or not. So because of that reason, you really have to be as careful as possible to who you invite in your space, who you get advice from, who influence your decisions, all of that. So one, I would say, write down the type of friend that you want. And I don't mean writing down their physical, that she has to be pretty or he needs to be handsome to be my friend. Like, that is so cringe. Please don't. Because what is that? I've seen people that says like, oh, I just want to hang out with just pretty girls. Like, what is that? Write down, I'm talking about like values, internal things. Like, oh, a friend that truly fears God. A friend that is that, you know, that is really honest, a friend that's willing to grow, like, and be a better person and just live a good life. Like, there's just certain things that you just know that you want within a friend, like inner things, not the whole she gotta be pretty, I just want to hang around pretty girls, and that is just, please just let that go. I remember this one time I prayed a prayer that I was like, if there's anybody that's not supposed to be in my life, please let them go. You pray that prayer, you're gonna be seeing people dropping like flies. And I don't mean like y'all going back and forth arguing, none of that. I'm talking about just naturally dropping like flies. And it's not a coincidence. Like, God is a very intentional God. You pray that prayer, you might lose your so-called bestie. Like, I don't know. God forbid though. I hope, you know, long-lasting friendship for whoever's watching this. But be as intentional with your friends. Think about Beyonce friends. You think Beyonce have any type of friends? Do Beyonce even have friends for real? Beyonce have her friends, you know, like, there's just people that you know that you can really count on, that when you're down bad, you know they got you. They're not using it against you. They're not a monitoring spirit. They're not just being there just to be there. Like, you know, they really want you to grow. Friends that your win is their win. Like, they're not jealous. They're not hating on you. Like, they really want the best for you. I'm really so thankful that I have people in my life that I can really just call as friends. To be honest, family. Because at this point, that's just where we're at. Give your friend grace. Like, don't be one of those people that if my friend do one little thing to me, I'm cutting them off. Please don't be one of those people. Because you act like you so perfect that you can't make no mistake. People are not perfect. People are gonna fail. Friends fail. You know, it's about the fact that you guys are communicating within each other, towards each other. You guys are communicating. You guys are expressing how you feel. And that's another thing too when it comes to friendships. Like, you guys are constantly changing. People are constantly changing. My things that I thought that I would love, I no longer love anymore. Never force people to choose you. Just to kind of wrap up this video, I just want to say, like, during the season, trying to find yourself, figuring yourself out, trying to be confident, you know, becoming a new version of yourself, navigating through friendships, you know, being consistent. If that's you, I really want you to take your time and just get to know yourself. Figure out what's important in your life, what's not important in your life anymore. What is serving you and what is no longer serving you in this season. And who in your life can you depend on truly? And if there's nobody that you could depend on, that's fine. You know, depend on God. That's the one, I don't even want to say person, but that's, God is the only person that will never fail you. Man, people will fail, but God, no. God is always faithful. God is, you know, God is right there. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me at the same time. I ain't perfect. I just want to make that clear. Like, comment down below, first of all. Like, let's talk, let's chat it up, because I want to hear some things that you have to say on the tips that I just gave. But anyway, y'all see my makeup? Yeah, it eats. Y'all see that hair? It eats. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.